Oh, imagine that. Hi everybody, Tony Aiello, Mirada blog. How you doing tonight? There we are. I was having some technical difficulties. The one time that I'm actually ready on time, um, I was having some difficulties, so I'll wait a couple more minutes here for people to get in. Excuse me one sec. Alright guys, sorry about that. We're back. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Tony Aiello. We're here on the Mirada blog Facebook page. I had to take my glasses off because it does not make, well, you guys don't want to see that glare, do you? So if you see me squinting or whatever, you guys go ahead and weigh in. I'll try to get to you as quickly as possible. Just let a few more people get in here and try to catch everybody up on what's going on, as I was not expecting this, but we kind of knew this was going to happen, right? Jeff Norton, who has been who created the Christmas house, the Christmas vacation house on Golva Drive. This is his 4th year. It's modeled after the 1989 movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And kind of knew this might happen one day, that we were headed down this path. And of course he tries to improve it every year. And what has happened this year, if you're just if you're not haven't heard, it's been on the local news, and now it's hitting nationally here across the U.S. The story, a lot of things going on in the world we'd rather be talking about, believe me, but it's our own style of controversy here in good old La Mirada. So what are you gonna, So the thing is that I mentioned Jeff, and we interviewed Jeff last year, so let's just back up and go slowly here. It's a great, you can check our La Mirada blog YouTube channel for the interview I did with him last year. Like I said, it replicates the Christmas vacation house. And so this year Jeff decided to, and when I saw him, and by the way, I've invited the city or anybody else, somebody from the city can go ahead and, hi guys, hi. I see your comments coming through now, or even Jeff if he wants to come on. This is the first time I went live here on my laptop. That was why I was having some difficulties, and I know there's a way you can allow guests to come in, but I don't want to take any chances. Okay, so Jeff decided last week, in the actual movie, the actual house, there's a second story. He decided to put a fake second story, a facade, a fake second story up onto the house, and I saw that when he did that, and I was like, oh boy. So so he did that, and then he trying to go slowly here. Then he got a notice from the city. Apparently, I just got onto the story like a couple of days ago, saying they were going to fine him for an unpermitted structure. So the whole unpermitted structure process starts, and we just had a pretty cool Twitter Spaces program at 6:15 a little while ago. I had a couple of guests on. Talking about the process of unpermitted structures, like when you need to get your house re-roofed and there's an illegal patio addition in the back that you didn't know was illegal, and now all of a sudden you have to get it permitted even though it's been there for 30 years. Similar situation when you have anything really attached to the house that's permanent, I guess. It's kind of a vague generalized way of putting it. The city requires permits and that whole deal. So I guess they saw it and they considered it an unpermitted structure, and then he was sent a notice, and then Jeff took to social media. So they're going to start fining him $100 a week. You can check back on Jeff posts on Jeff Norton on Facebook. You can also check our Twitter feed down below, our Facebook feed as well. And I will get to your guys' comments. Just want to kind of set this up a little bit. And I know I'm doing a poor job, but just hang with me as I scroll down here. So the city sent him a notice. He's going to be getting fined, and I think it was like totaling $1,000, $100 the first week, second. I could be wrong all these numbers, but Jeff is just going to pay the fine. He's refusing any help from anybody. He really has a passion for this. It's very healthy for anybody, to find a passion in life where it's not necessarily about money or regulations or being rich, and you just want to. Anyways, he's very passionate, and so he's going to pay the fines. He's not taking it down, and And so that is where we stand as of right now. I even saw that KFBK out of Sacramento is running a poll on their Twitter feed about our little city of La Mirada, asking who people side with, if you can believe that or not. But let me. Now I'm reading here. Thanks, Stacy, and I will be squinting now. Okay, so somebody did set up a GoFundMe account. Look, like Ann just sent it over. I know Jeff was refusing that at the time. So that's a natural thing. I thought people were going to do is start setting up GoFundMe accounts, but Jeff was saying on his Facebook page that he didn't want the help and he was just going to pay the fines. And so this is I'm just trying to find a solution, not necessarily that I can, but just try to bring, like, I don't understand why we can't. It's either an all or nothing in the unpermitted structure process. You're pretty much left in the cities, either tear it down or get a permit. It's one or the other, and he's not tearing it down. I don't understand why there can't be a way where we can meet halfway, come up with some kind of a solution, a temporary solution. And I realize, you have to realize in the city, a lot of people were talking bad about, not backing bad, but just kind of, talking negative about the city when I first put the post on the blog Facebook page, and there's always two sides to every story. There could be other variables that are going on that we don't even know about, that necessarily don't get mentioned in any kind of a story. And if you read the Fox 11 story, it's kind of, if you read it in the report, it's kind of like it portrays the city as being negative. And also they add a little drama to it to get everybody all riled up, and but there are two sides to every story. Now I don't understand why they can't meet halfway somehow, and I'm also having trouble understanding the reasoning from the city as far as why they want it down. Now, if it's an unpermitted structure, that's fine, because it's an unpermitted structure, it needs to come down. But I also read in the Channel 7 report that the reason is because that they don't want some wind or something else coming along and it falling down and hurting people. So this is where you get into a whole, I consider it I did consider it actually like a Christmas decoration, a temporary Christmas decoration, and I did go by earlier, and it actually, it's pretty substantial piece of, it's pretty substantial item. What is the word I'm looking for? It's substantial piece of lumber up there. So now I just don't know what the parameters are, like what are the requirements when something on someone's roof that's temporary for Christmas may get blown down by the wind and somebody gets hurt. Now, is that the homeowner's fault? Is it covered by their homeowner's insurance, or is that a city thing? And which is the reasoning? So is it because of that house in particular, because of the hundreds and hundreds of people that have visited there the last 3 years, people coming from all over the country actually coming to La Mirada to see this house? Is it because there's like so many people there and it's going to blow down and hit all the people, or is it just because it's up there and it's going to blow down and hurt someone, or is it because it's going to hurt a lot of people? So in other words, is it because that's a public place? I mean, not a public, it's a private property, obviously, but is that because it's a public attraction, or is that the case with everything? This is where it gets really foggy for me. And this at this point, so like if you're going to declare the reasoning is the wind's going to blow it down and it's going to hurt a crowd of people, then you're acknowledging that there's a crowd of people there. Okay, so this part is, I think, should be worked into the equation also. You have hundreds and hundreds of people over a 3 to 4 week period coming to La Mirada to this house, to see this house, to see this creation, to see this man's dream, his passion. So what should be factored into the equation is that what would you say, 25% of all those people buy gas in La Mirada on their way back, 25% of their people go out to eat in La Mirada, take and shouldn't that be taken into account? The money, first of all, the fun everyone's having, and the money that brings into the local economy. So I wish things weren't just so black and white. And then also, the only comment I've seen from the city as far as this is, like I said, City Manager Jeff Boynton mentioned, they quoted him. They didn't really quote him. They just said what he indicated, like I already told you, that they're worried the wind's going to blow up. And then I've seen City Councilman John Lewis take to, actually he commented on this page below, and we appreciate him for doing that, but I'm like, what are you, okay, it's kind of weird seeing a city councilman comment on something like a city code violation case. It's not as if there was a river overflowed and 5 houses were taken out and a family of 4 is missing. I mean, okay, so it's a city code issue. So do we really want? I mean, it appears like he was trying to be the spokesperson, which is fine, but it's kind of weird. I mean, to have a politician being a spokesperson for the city, which we live in these it's weird. Okay, it's freaking weird. So do we want a politician? This is just the way it is. I'm not trying to. Whatever a politician says is never going to negatively reflect on him or the city negatively in any way. That's the nature of the beast. That's fine. That's the way it is. So why do we have a city councilman coming out saying and trying to reason with people, which is really weird? So then I dropped by City Hall a little earlier this afternoon, and I know it was unannounced, but I tried to reach Jeff Boynton, the city manager. It did not take my call, did not return it, and then I just tried to drop in and see if I can just get their side of the story, or just kind of help bring the two sides together, where we can all just kind of move on through our Christmas season and get this behind us. Like I said, a lot of things going on in the world, and do we really want to be spending too much time talking about this? But like I said, it's going national now, and the story's out there, and of course, people, anyway. Social media and people have nothing to do with this, are trying to glamorize it and turn it into a circus, and like I mentioned that poll earlier. So I stopped by. I guess Jeff was there. He was unavailable. I tried to talk to Ann Herrickson, the assistant city manager. She was unavailable. I tried to talk to Diana. I can't remember her last name right now. She's a senior supervisor for code enforcement for the city. She drives around in that white car with a very serious look on her face. I like Diana. I like everybody there, actually. So I couldn't get a comment, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, so who's the public relations person? Is it one of our city councilmen, or is it? I was trying to at least get a statement from somebody. I invited the city to come on, or somebody to come on our Twitter Spaces earlier, then also on this broadcast. And let's scroll down and see if we got any new. Yeah, it is a joke. So trying to present both sides here, folks. Trying to give a voice for both sides. If you want to go check out the houses on Golva Drive, you're going down Rosecrans. You can turn onto Mercado there, and it's off of Mercado and Golva, Golva. Let's see here. Do you guys mind if I do this with my glasses? My father-in-law, they seem to find reasons for citing anyone. It's just your property. I live in Norwalk. I doesn't do that to sell your house. Well, La Mirada has that kind of reputation now and then. I live in La Mirada, and they're always finding a way to find the residents in the city. Your Christmas lights have to be down by the first week in January or 2nd. Or your grass is not green enough, or your paint is peeling, or your car hasn't been moved in days. There's always a reason, any reason for them to find. I've seen that before. I've seen there people driving around taking pictures of houses that they don't like the way they look. It's ridiculous. It's Christmas time. Leave them alone, you guys. Leave them alone. Where is your Christmas spirit, City of La Mirada? That's from Jody on our right here on our face. Thank you guys all for watching and listening and commenting. Watch Channel News. Yeah, Channel 11 News. Channel 11 News had it on, I think, Channel 7. Both of those links are on our Twitter and Facebook pages. Yeah, good idea, Norma. Every year he has a donation box by the curb. So yes, it's not. Jeff is saying he doesn't want any extra help this year. This is a great suggestion, though. But this year he always has a donation box out there, so just to get a little help now and then. So Norma's right. Go out there and this year and donate a little more generously to his donation box. So again, I'm not really. I don't want to take sides. I just want to come up with a solution, and I want to really get the city's position more clearly on what is it really this black and white. What would it now? Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this. Sorry, I'm jumping around and I'm reading all your comments at the same time. So there's some false information going on out there that he's been fined. Actually, if you search, you'll see that some news outlets around the country, city fines, Joy Kill City fines resident for Christmas house. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Nobody's been fined yet, according to Jeff and according to the other stuff I read, and I think even John mentioned it. He has until December 6th. This is what I'm trying to say. Is this black and white? He has until December 6th to take it down. If you take it down by December 6th, the fine process starts. First week 100. I'm not sure exactly the number. Second week 100. Third week 100. Fourth week it goes up, and on and on and on. So he has not been fined yet. I'm hoping that both sides will come to some kind of really agreement to where we can kind of just get beyond. First of all, I can't believe it got to this point, but like kind of get beyond this and find a solution. But regardless, the show's going to go on, baby. He's not taking it down, and looks like it's going to be business as usual at the Christmas house on Gulva Drive. So that's looks like Jeff's stance right now as we speak. I tried to talk to him earlier. He was still at work, but according to what I've read on a few reports, different places, he is steadfast. He is not taking that thing down. And I went over there, and boy, that thing is pretty substantial. But he's not taking it down, so the fines will kick in reportedly on December 6th. So let's check your comments real quickly while we all have you here. Why I have you all here. Thank you. Adriana, we will donate to support him. By the way, if anybody has that right now, currently it is 7:25 here in La Mirada. I know La Mirada basketball is playing over at Buena Park High School this evening against Orange Lutheran, and we were just trying to get that score. If anybody has any information on that, that'd be super, super cool if you can send it our way. He wants that Carla Smith. Yeah, Joy Eastwood, there's so much more to be focused on than a person that wants to decorate and follow his passion to make people happy. Yeah, well, that's kind of the point I was making. And that's why I'm trying to get clarification from the city exactly what the issue is, clearly, without, he wants the city, Carla Smith, he wants the city to come to their senses and work with him on this. Well, I think that's what we're all hoping, because right now it is being portrayed in the media from the Channel 7 and Channel 11. Of course, remember now, LA media, all media, everything's sensationalized these days, so you have to take it with somewhat a grain of salt. It's not the media we all grew up with or what we thought we were watching, but right now, on the media, the city is being portrayed as being grinchy and mean and unwilling to work with Jeff. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Now, if I would like to get somebody to let me know about that. Now, I don't know if this was in my settings or not, but can't I? Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'll look at this more quick. I'll look at this better next time. But I know there was, just in case somebody wants to chime in, and somebody that has an official kind of statement from the city. I know there's a way I can allow guests in here, but we're gonna do that another time. And as our audience continues to grow here, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. My name's Tony Aiello. We're live with you here on the La Mirada Blog Facebook page, just talking about this unfortunate situation going on Gulva Drive with the Christmas house, and the display was again The display was again improved this year, as Jeff has been trying to do each year. He adds something to it, and unfortunately, the improvement this year didn't go over too well. So, here we go. Desiree. So that's where we stand right now. It didn't go over too well, and the city is threatening to impose fines on him for having an unpermitted structure, which is what is from a legal standpoint, an official standpoint, that's being considered right now. I guess I'm not no expert on that stuff, but it appears at this time it's an unpermitted structure, just like if you were to, and then at the same time though, this is a Christmas decoration, or at least we thought it was just a temporary Christmas decoration. So what are the parameters? Can you only put something so big, so heavy on as a temporary Christmas decoration, or is it the fact that it's unsafe and there's going to be a crowd of people there, or can you not put things a certain size regardless if there's a bunch of people there or not? This is where it gets really crazy. Let's go back to the comments. Desiree, I thought he said it was $100 fee for week 1 and 2, and then $500 for week 3 and 4. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I think it was like a total of $2,000. So yeah, 100, then 500 and 500. And I think and that might, so that's 1,200. I think it was another 500 and 500. So maybe just $1,200 total, but that does sound right. The 100 and the 500 per day. Oh, Carla, George Popovac, can you show us how it looks like? Didn't I put a? Can I? Let's see. Can I? Do I have a photo of it? Let me do this real quick. Yeah, I don't. Trying to get you guys. I'm trying to retrieve a photo I have and share my screen with you really quickly here. On what it looks like. You can go to our Mirada. You can go to our posts earlier. Either here on the Facebook page or over on the Twitter page. I think both posts have the Channel 7 ABC 7 photo of what the house actually looks like for the second story. In the photo, it does not look as big as it looks when you get there. I was there earlier. When you go up there and look at it, it's a little bigger than it appears in the photo. I can tell you that much for sure. All right, do I know what I'm doing here? Settings. Okay. Oh, I thought I lost you guys for a second. Okay, so we won't share Tony's screen right now, because Tony. Look, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking as Tony's. I'm a third person. Tony does not want to screw up the feed right now. So let's get back to your comments. Yeah, I know there was an option to share my screen before I went live, and now I can't find it. So anyways, go to our post, our original post, or the Twitter post, and you can see what it looks like. Let's see what else. We got more comments coming in right now as we speak. Lived in La Mirada for many years. Come on, lighten up. Don't let politics shit this down. Life has enough downers in it. John Clark, when I saw it, it looked secure, so the wind is not going to blow it off. Denise Davies, maybe the La Mirada City Council and code enforcement should concentrate on the rise in city crime and homeless problem rather than screwing with Christmas decorations and lights. That seems to be a common comment. Again, maybe a little unfair, but maybe also a little true at the same time. I mean, I'm Nevin, the Skunk Garrison, simple, send someone from code enforcement to check out the structure, and if not, remove by the end of the season, and then fine if it's in violation. Okay. Ted Ritterbush, very inappropriate, Ted. Teresa, no, he didn't cuss or swear or anything. He's just getting a little too political. Teresa, good for him. Vicky Sullivan Moran, what do they want them to take down? They want him to take down the entire second story structure. It's not even really a structure. It's not even a real second story. It's a decoration. It's a facade. It's something that's bolted against the house to make it look like there's a second story. It's not a second story. Okay, there is no second story. I'm sorry, I'm not. It's just that I saw a comment by somebody earlier, and he kept capitalizing second story. It's like, okay, Jeff Norton did not install a complete second story to his house in 3 weeks. Okay, it's a fake second story. All right, it's a Christmas decoration, temporary. Who else we got here? Mary, quite contrary. Where'd Mary go? I just saw Mary. I think Mary Robles Hall. Who? There she is. Hi, Mary. I recognize the name. Long time follower. Mirada blog. Way back. Facebook page. Tony, thank you for the dialogue on this issue. Hopefully an amicable solution will come without the fines. Yes, I'm hoping the same thing, Mary. Let's do this, people. I mean, come on. Have you spoken to Jeff himself to find out what specifically the city's stance is? Yes. I'm thinking via text. I talked to him via text, direct message a few times now. But other than that, no. But I know what the city's stance is because I've seen him interviewed 3 different places, and it's the same answer each time. That's why I wasn't really concerned, because I tried to go by earlier, and that's also why I'm trying to see concern is the city stance really this black and white, which is what it appears to be. But that's why I tried to go by Jeff's house. I did go by Jeff's house earlier. He wasn't there, and but I'm very confident that's how he feels. So I wasn't really worried that I missed him, because I've seen him enough places to know what the city's stance is. And I think we should be asking the city what the city's stance is, not really Jeff to see what the city's stance is, or no. Robert Sheehan, B. Okay, you're just correcting yourself. Vicky Sullivan Moran, love their display. We will pay, don't worry, Jeff. Mirada stands behind you. That's from Nevin. Susan Curtis, to get it permitted, they will want them to someone draw up the plans. They won't just look at it themselves. Very expensive to have someone do that unless they know someone. Cities making things miserable and cost prohibitive. Well, I think most local government bureaucracies are very similar when it comes to a lot of these situations, unfortunately. I live on Tiffany Vanessa. I live on the street next to it, and I walk there at least once a week, if not more, to enjoy it. Shame on La Mirada for being like this. Again, I'm trying to get both sides of the story, so let's not bash the city too much. Maybe Jeff just got a little too overzealous this year. I kind of saw this coming. Not really saw it coming, but I think we all kind of knew this was going to happen. Some year, his house has been awarded by the city in their holiday contest for whatever that's worth. I mean, so he's gotten an award from the city. But this reminds me of the situation with the Halloween house over there in Alondra a few years ago. Do you guys remember that? Somebody was pissed off, and I don't know, too much shit out there, or too much, and I don't know if it was a city. It must have been, and whatever. I don't know whatever happened with that. The corner house. Remember the Halloween house? You guys remember that? Or am I just imagining things? I live on the street next to it, and I walk there at least once a week, if not more, to enjoy it. Shame on Lionel for being like this. So take you, Tiffany. Kim Weeth. Well, I don't know if there's any idiots over there, but maybe just kind of misguided. Cities are very good at following the law and following the codes, and very black and white. That's why I'm hoping there's more to this. That's also, excuse me, burping on the air. That's what I was hoping I'm hoping there's more to this, and I was trying to get some kind of statement from the city and from a public spokesperson, not a politician, where I can get more clarity, because the longer this goes on, the longer they're not looking good. But again, two sides to every story. There could be more involved in this that we actually don't know, that has nothing to do with the house or the second story, but other components of him having a house there for 4 years, the Christmas house there for 4 years. For example, and this is not, I don't know if this is true or not, this is just an example. A neighbor the next street over complains of the noise, and he's calling the city once a week the last 4 years. Okay, something very similar, that where things are done and we don't know all the reasons why. Am I making any sense? Okay, who's next? Kathy Lewis. They waited until he was weeks and dollars into it before they came at him. Why did they not do it week 1 instead of week 3 or 4? That is an interesting question, Kathy. Well, Golva, it's a dead-end street, and there's no reason to go down Golva. It's not like you're just driving down the street like a Manza or a Bora or a Escalona or El Espejo. These streets that go long distances, and they're, the way you take, the shortcuts to get to the major streets. And Golva is just a cul-de-sac, so I'm not sure if they even knew. Maybe they didn't even know. But how did they eventually find out then? Well, maybe they just do a routine check on his house every year because they know he puts up this big display. There's a lot we don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he has homeowners insurance to cover him if anything happens. See, that's where it gets really kind of fuzzy with me. And can I scroll up here real quickly? Okay, that's where it gets really kind of fuzzy with me. As like, well, why are they worried if the roof blows down and crushes a bunch of people? Isn't he liable for that? Isn't that his private property? That's what I would. So that's where it gets confusing for me. Like the city council doesn't have bigger issues. Good grief. It's probably more secure than some real additions. It's ridiculous. Yes, yep. If you drive around La Mirada, you can find some kind of illegal addition just about every street you drive down, I would say. Hopefully, with all this media attention, the city will work with him now and in the future. Yes, I agree, and I think they will. Vicky Sullivan Moore, and I think they need to worry more about crime and homeless. Well, that's every city though. It's not just La Mirada now, so let's be fair. Every city is dealing with crime and homeless. It's a money grab. We got a link to a story right here from Melinda McNichols. I'm afraid to click on it because I might lose you guys. So can somebody tell me what the story... this Melinda put a story in the comment section. Can somebody tell me what it depicts? Jeff put La Mirada on the map. We love the Halloween house. Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Thanks. It was the Flag House in Laundry. That's what it was, Kathy. It was the Flag House. I do remember that now because I did report on it. We called it the Flag House. All right, so they had a bunch of too many flags out there or something, right? Oh, that's right. That's what it was. It was for the World Cup soccer event, and he had too many flags out there for celebrating the World Cup. I think, didn't he have flags of every nation out there or something, and then he would take one down when they lost or something like that until there was just one left? I'm not sure. A letter writing campaign helped the Flag House issue. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, well, most cities do not like it when residents start contacting them consistently over a certain issue. That seems to be a good way to get things accomplished. And we're going to be with you another 5 minutes or so. So I see we're starting to lose some people. I don't want to be with you here too long. We're still good-sized audience still with us, but I don't want to take up most of your night. I know you guys are all busy. Holiday season, things are underway. Just wanted to let you guys know what's going on, try to present both sides of the story, and try to get the sides to come together and make sure we have the story right from both sides. Let's continue with the comments as they continue to pour in. The Halloween house, it was the Flag House. Yeah, I think I called it the Halloween house, Adriana. I'm not sure which. You know what? It's the same house. They're the ones that also put the Halloween decoration. We had the haunt in La Mirada at my friend's house for over 8 years. Never had issues with the city. Thanks, Nevin. I believe Ron Moore. I believe Susan Curtis is correct in that someone, ideally a licensed GC, to draw plans showing materials used, methods of anchoring structure, etc. Yes, that would be costly, but us Christmas vacation fans will gladly chip in for plans and permit fees. All right, Ron. Great suggestion. There we go, folks. Okay, so if Jeff has to pay for someone to draw up the plans, pay for materials, pay for the methods of the anchoring structure, and then he has to submit that to the city in October or whenever, and the city approves it, and Jeff has to pay all those fees. Why can't we all pitch in? Why can't the city pitch in to cover all those fees, and everybody's happy? That's a very good idea, Ron, and maybe that would be something Jeff would consider, depending how this evolves over the next couple of weeks. But that's a great idea, and like somebody else mentioned earlier, I think it was Kathy, I'm not sure. He has a donation can out there every year, so just we'll donate generously, and it'll help him cover the costs, and maybe everybody, maybe he can do things a little differently next year, and just. I don't know. I just think there should have been more preparation, or there was some kind of misunderstanding somewhere along the way, and it's interesting to me trying to find out how it got to this point. Just a few minutes left here on this Thursday night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Tony Aiello. You are watching us live here on the La Mirada Blog Facebook page, and of course, for the latest information. Latest news in La Mirada, always make sure you're checking out our Twitter feed. Very active on Twitter, many times a day, more than anywhere. We're also on Instagram and YouTube channel, La Mirada Blog TV, and that is it. Let's see, Chris Miller, and go ahead and keep sending your comments in. I love hearing your guys's analysis of this, and it helps me put things into, and it helps the audience put things into perspective. Again, if you're just joining us, the city of La Mirada is threatening to impose a series of fines against the creator of the Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation House, now in its 4th year, over on Golva Drive, and apparently Jeff got a little too overzealous this year and put a very substantial fake second story facade on the side of his house, and it didn't go over too well, and so it has now reached a national level in stories. I saw Yahoo News picked it up, MSN picked it up, numerous California stations have picked it up, and we're just trying to get both sides together, come to some kind of reasonable agreement where let's just kind of fix things a little bit, and just to get through this year, and find a temporary solution, and get both sides of this. Chris Miller, you think the city should give a 30-day warning instead of a 1 to 10-day warning, and say just removed by January 1st? I think he has till by December 6th. He has 4 days. This is what I'm trying. This is what is tripping me out on this, is that how it got to this point so quickly, and like there must have been some kind of misunderstanding or something along the way where nobody knew. Jeff did what Clark Griswold would have done. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, we're going to end this video. It's 7:45. See, just like I promised, 7:45. Thank you all so much for joining me on this very chilly, foggy Thursday evening here in La Mirada. Stay tuned. Thank you for all your comments, and helped a lot of us kind of put things into perspective. We want to try to find some kind of a solution, so this just kind of fixes itself, and we can all just kind of move on from this. So again, thank you for joining me. Make sure you stick around. We may have some more information on this on our Twitter feed later this evening, but that'll be it for now. Really quickly, while I have everybody on, 2 events coming up just off the top of my head. I know Phantom Projects has a show going on tonight as we speak. Check out their future presentations. A lot of their productions, Phantom Projects Theater Group, a lot of their productions are free for students. And tonight, I think the Center of the Universe tonight is playing over at the La Mirada Theater tonight. Produced by former La Mirada High teacher Bruce Gewurtzman. The Center of the Universe, but they have other ones coming up. Please go and support them. Also, this Saturday, the annual Chili Holiday Concert at the La Mirada Civic Center is taking place in the evening. And it's going to be chili more the ways than one. You can have a cup of chili, and it's going to be chili. So, and also earlier that day, is it the United Methodist Church? What is the name of the church on Rosecrans and Santa Gertrudis? It would be the somebody help me here. So it would be the northeast corner of Santa Gertrudis and Rosecrans. The city is acting like Ted and Margot. Oh, jeez. They are having a canned food drive, their annual canned food drive, this Saturday morning, and I'll get that post up on Twitter and Facebook, probably on Instagram as well, and the Lamarada blog at lamaradablog.com. They're having their annual canned food drive. Now, this is a great way to clear out your. If you have some canned goods, maybe they're close to expired, or some stuff you got a little crazy on and you bought a little too much of. Canned goods in your pantry, clear them out. It's a good way to get them out of your pantry. Maybe get ready for the holiday season with a nice, fresh, not as full pantry, and take them over to United Methodist Church. They're going to go to a great cause, and they're having their canned food drive. It's like the old days. Remember back in the 70s and 80s, there was always canned food drives. It's crazy. So get all your canned foods out, or just go to a local store and buy a bunch of fresh canned goods and bring them over there. Regardless, they're going to be over there, I believe, 9 o'clock Saturday morning. So until next time, thank you so much for spending some of your time here on Thursday night with me. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure having this discussion with you and just reaching out to you guys. We'll talk to you next time. Take it easy, everybody.